Do you know what the smallest videotape format in the world is? If you said MiniDV, you're wrong. Would you believe that MicroMV is the smallest videotape format in the world? And it's smaller than MiniDV? Stay tuned for more on CANTEK. Released in 2001, MicroMV was Sony's attempt to create a smaller camcorder. However, it was not a success, as Sony was the only manufacturer to make both the camcorders and videotape. Sony made no standalone VCRs for this format, so it was camcorder only. Also, it was competing against both MiniDV and Sony's Digital 8 line of digital tape camcorders. Plus, 3-inch DVD camcorders were also being introduced to the market around this time. The last camcorder to be released was in 2006, while Sony finally killed off its blank tape production in 2016, at the same time that it killed off production of blank Betamax tape. As you can see here, a MicroMV tape is smaller than a mini DVD and a mini DV cassette. Seriously, these tapes were puny. This high 8 tape, which was also used for digital 8 camcorders, is a lot larger. And compared to this SVHS tape, which could also be used for VHS recordings, and as you can see in this picture where I put a MicroMV tape inside of a VHS-C adapter that was used to adapt VHS-C tapes into regular VHS tapes so that people could watch them on a regular VHS VCR. The MicroMV cassette is absolutely tiny. And now, this next tape is the largest tape that I know of, and this is the large Betacam SP tape that many TV stations used from the mid-80s onward, and still use the shelf for its digital variants today. This Betacam tape is capable of holding 60 minutes of video, the same amount that one MicroMV tape could hold. Now then, a MicroMV cassette has 64 kilobyte internal memory that allowed for the tape to make a marking each time that you pressed record, so that in the future you could access each recording on the tape in a DVD menu-like format. Now then, I wanted to show you the controls on these camcorders. However, my finger was constantly getting in the way. Besides a puny tape, the controls like the zoom are also extremely puny. The only control that I could really show was the door eject button. But as you can see in my hands, it is difficult to see because the camcorder is smaller than my hand. MicroMV camcorders were designed to output video and audio by either iLink, Firewire, S-Video, or composite video. The composite video is the yellow RCA plug. MicroMV used MPEG-2 compression to record its video. However, while this offered slightly better than DVD quality video, this MPEG-2 was a variant of the form used for DVD with a bitrate of 12 megabits per second, which was slightly higher than DVD's maximum bitrate of 9 megabits. This caused MicroMV to be incompatible with numerous editing programs and even set-top DVD recorders. iLink Firewire was used by MiniDV camcorders to transfer their digital video to computer in all digital format, and set-top DVD recorders, as well as DVHS videotape recorders. However, even Sony did not allow their DVD recorders to accept the MicroMV's MPEG-2 video, as can be seen in this manual for the Sony RDR-GX380. Quote, "The input signal is not in DVC SD format. Do not connect a MicroMV format digital video camera even if it has an iLink jack. Even Sony refused to support its own camcorder format for digital transfers to DVD. So on the RDR GX380, the only way to record a MicroMV video to DVD was by low-quality composite video, as Sony had made the recorder with no S-video inputs. Another issue on the computer side was that the original software that Sony included with the cameras was extremely buggy and hardly worked. Also, the pack-in software was only able to work on Windows XP, while Mac users were left out in the cold, and has not worked with any version of Windows since. And very, very few third-party editors supported it. None of the main editing programs from Adobe, Final Cut, and Avid supported it. So for the aspiring editor, you couldn't even import your footage into your editor, edit it, and then export it back to MicroMV tape for archiving. Thus, the most practical and highest quality transfer for this format is S-video, and it was playback only. No recording from S-video or composite to MicroMV like some MiniDV and Digital 8 camcorders offered. Now, the next question is, how good is MicroMV's quality? As you can see from the video that I shot a few years ago, it produced a picture about as good as DVD. I shot the barbecue, especially the flames, because it gives a good idea of the quality of the video when you're shooting high-speed action. With digital video, if you have a low bitrate, then you tend to end up with compression artifacts that look like blocks rather than the image that they are supposed to be showing. By comparison, MiniDV and Digital 8 both record their video at 25 megabits per second, which is also the same bitrate that the CANTEK ADVC300 uses, more than double MicroMV's 12 megabits. By comparison, MiniDV and Digital 8 both record their video at 25 megabits per second, which is also the same bitrate the CANTEK ADVC300 uses, more than double MicroMV's 12 megabits. And DV uses 4:1:1 color sampling, which gives better color reproduction than MicroMV's 4:2:0 color. One more thing, YouTube recompresses every video uploaded to it, so you are not seeing the video in the same quality as I am seeing it. So how much did these camcorders cost? According to an article that I found on Videomaker.com, the Sony DCRIP220 was retailing for about $2,000 US in 2003. Other MicroMV camcorders were in the $1,200 to $2,000 price range as well. By comparison, both MiniDV and 3-inch DVD camcorders were selling for anywhere from $800 US to $1,000, while Digital 8 camcorders were selling in the $500 to $1,300 range. And of course, the analog high-8 camcorders that were out at the time were in the $300 range. Of course, most MicroMV camcorders came outfitted with Bluetooth capability, which allowed them to connect to PCs and the internet for uploading and sending digital still images by wireless, provided you're near a Bluetooth-equipped PC and you had the Bluetooth adapter. So overall, while it did produce a good image for standard definition, with very little support from Sony and prices well above other digital tape and DVD camcorders at the same time, This was a very impractical format for most consumers, especially with DVD camcorders hitting the market around the same time and offering more or less file sharing capability and backwards compatibility with the consumer's own set-top DVD player. Thank you for watching today. And if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below.